What's up, guys? Welcome back to today's episode of The Sports Sermon. We are brought to you by Scooch, the most functional phone case on the market. Check out ScoochCase.com to get yours today and use the code SPORTS18, sports with a Z, of course, to get a 10% discount on your order. Stay tuned till the end for a special Scooch giveaway as well. But now, today's episode. So we're here today to talk about the Minnesota Timberwolves, but before we start, I want to make sure you guys know where to find the show. You can find it on YouTube, iTunes, SoundCloud, and Spotify with the tag at The Sports Sermon, Sports with a Z. Follow us on Twitter at The Sports Sermon, Sports with a Z. It is where we tweet out all of the podcasts as soon as they're out. Dylan, Dan, and I are on top of all of that, so make sure you follow us on Twitter, follow us on YouTube, and of course the other ones that I mentioned. I'm here today with our squad, Dylan and Dan. I'm Jason Gandhi, and we are going to get into the Minnesota Timberwolves like I said. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get into it, boys. Tom Thibodeau's best attribute as a coach is defense. We all know that. It's what he's known for. Yet, this team is horrible at defense. Whose fault is it, and what's the solution?
So, get ready. I'm going to be hating on the Timberwolves just a little bit.
I hate on one player. I feel like it could be the same person you hate on.
I hate on a couple, but also, just wait. So, Karl-Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins just both are very bad at defense. Like, they're not good defensive players. And Tom Thibodeau also plays these guys just so many minutes. So, they're tired also by the end of the game. I think it's got to be a big part on Tibbs because he also makes these front office decisions. And the Timberwolves have not been good in free agency these past few years, giving out contracts to guys like Taj Gibson, Gorgie Jang, who are not contributing that much but making way too much money. I don't like having the coach also make front office decisions. It just never worked out well. We saw the Clippers change that from Doc Rivers, putting him back just as the head coach, and it worked a lot better last season for them. So I think you got to get Tibbs just back to coaching and, change his style a little bit. You can't just play these guys all these minutes and expect them to be top-level defensive players.
Yeah, I listened to what you say, and I am surprised to hear you hate on Karl-Anthony Towns and Taj Gibson's contract.
Karl-Anthony Towns?
You said you don't like... the thing is...
Gorgie Jang.
No, Karl-Anthony Towns and Taj Gibson's contract. Not Karl-Anthony Towns' contract.
Okay.
You didn't. And what I'm trying to say is, I agree with you about Andrew Wiggins. That's what my point is going to be. I'm hating on Andrew Wiggins this entire time. I think he has to be traded. He's horrible. But Karl-Anthony Towns, the offense makes up for the defense for me. Yes, he'd like to get better defense, but it is what it is. I'm not worrying about it. On the other side, the thing I disagree with you with is Taj Gibson. Yeah, his contract might be overinflated, but he's playing up to the level he should. He's playing a good power forward level. He was great value for this team at a power forward spot. I have no issue with the Taj Gibson signing. The Gorgie Jang, I don't think was under Thibodeau, was it? Or maybe it was his first year, but I don't think that, because that wasn't last year, and so I didn't think that was under Thibodeau personally. I don't hate the Taj Gibson signing.
I'm not 100% sure, but Dang is just... I don't think either of them are worth their contracts. I think there could be better guys that the Timberwolves could have. Taj Gibson's fine, but he's not going to make a difference.
I think he's a good for this team. I think he makes sense fit-wise. I think the one thing I have with the coach is, I think it's more on the players. I think it's Andrew Wiggins. He's an embarrassment to defense. He's literally horrible. In my opinion, he needs to be traded. That'll solve so many issues. But I want to talk about Thibodeau, or Thibodeau, however you say it. Look at his usage rate in the playoffs. Who had the highest usage rate for the Timberwolves? Who would you give the most usage rate to the playoffs when you're playing the number one seed?
Karl-Anthony Towns.
You'd think. Derrick Rose had the highest usage rate for the Minnesota Timberwolves. This is not 2009, Coach Thibodeau. Aaron Brooks actually had the highest because he played in 2 games and had a 57% usage rate when he was on. But what I'm saying is Derrick Rose had the highest usage rate, and Jimmy Butler had the 7th highest usage rate on the Timberwolves. That probably does not make sense that your star player has the... Jamal Crawford and Jeff Teague had a higher usage rate than Jimmy Butler. That's on coaching for me. That doesn't have anything to do with defense. That's just coaching in general. Why the heck is Derrick Rose getting the ball so much?
Yeah,
it was horrible. Let's go back to the players, though. Like I said, I think that Andrew Wiggins needs to get traded, and this is where it kind of just goes into our second question with Jimmy Butler declining the extension from the Timberwolves. Karl-Anthony Towns just did not seem happy with the organization all summer, Is this team falling apart, or is it really not a big deal?
I think it's a big deal based on the fact that they had a pretty solid core, and they were going to try to ride with Butler, Wiggins, and Carl-Anthony Towns for a while, but that's not going to win you titles. I mean, Cat, along with one or two more superstars, is going to win you titles. I think Butler could have been one of them, but they no doubt need a much bigger one. But we'll see if the chemistry gets any better. I mean, chemistry's bad right now on the team, too, so I don't know.
Yeah, for me, I think you have to reload. I personally say, I mean, I remember when
I think
we were...
you got to keep Cat, though.
No, I agree. But like when you go back to like 3-4 years ago, we were saying, hey, watch out for the Timberwolves. This is going to be a team that's in this championship 2-3 years from now. Ooh, watch out. Then last year was, ooh, give them a year or two, they're going to be ready. 2 years ago, it was, it's a year or two. Like, it's been this whole potential. Look at this team now. Andrew Wiggins is not good. Jimmy Butler is ready to leave. For me, I'm trading Andrew Wiggins. I'm trying to trade Jimmy Butler before he leaves. Get him to a playoff team like I would have said like the Cavs last year. Give him a team. They have half a season. Try to go make a run. If, say, the Raptors are like, let's really go all in, and they just trade Kyle Lowry for Jimmy Butler. I don't know why that would work or how, but I'm just saying a team like that where they say, let's go in for the rest of the half of the season. I think you try to get rid of Jimmy Butler. I know it sounds crazy to think, but Wiggins' contract and his play are not bearable for this team, and Jimmy Butler is going to leave. I would try to trade both. From there, you have to either rebuild or reload, whichever you can get with those trades. If Jimmy Butler's going to get you a lot of picks, then you rebuild. If he's going to get you good veterans, like a Raptors-Spurs trade where they got DeMar DeRozan, then you try to reload and you try to get ready for a playoff push. I think Cat needs shooters around him, but also guys that are going to play defense. Because, Dylan, like you mentioned, Cat does not play defense. So I think this team needs to change its direction fast. You don't want to waste Cat's prime. Dan, we talk about this in football all the time with Andrew Luck. They're wasting his prime. I don't want to see the Timberwolves do that with Carl-Anthony Towns.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely headed in the wrong direction. And that Jimmy Butler trade now is not looking very good.
And we all thought it was a steal. Yeah, remember we were all like, oh, they just got steal in this. But, yeah, Lauri Markkanen, Zach LaVine.
Yeah, true.
Chris Dunn, too. Chris Dunn could be very solid. I'm a big Chris Dunn fan. But, I mean, big picture, I mean, the Wolves, if this season doesn't go well, especially even the first half of the season, like Jason said, maybe trade at the deadline. But if this whole season doesn't go well, I think the Wolves should look at firing Tibbs and just starting to build it from the ground up with Cat.
Yeah, Dan, I mean, you didn't really mention this either way. Do you think they should trade anybody? And if so,
I mean, yeah. I mean, you don't want to just let Wiggins and Butler go. Because I agree, you should just ride with Cat, get some other guys around him.
Yeah. I mean, even if you rebuild, Cat's young. I mean, he's not crazy
to
say. You give him a first-round pick for both of those trades. Now you've got to give him Romeo Langford and not Zion. He's too high. I mean, even Romeo Langford and like a Nasrion Reed or whatever his name is from LSU, like two just rookies, and then you give them reasons to get better and they can develop together. It's not like Cat is Jimmy Butler where it's like you can't rebuild Jimmy Butler. He's too old. Like Cat's 22, 23, something like that. Like I don't think Cat's gonna get mad if you rebuild. Actually, he might, but suck it up. Like they rebuilt it with you. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like,
I mean, he knows Butler doesn't want to be there, and I don't know. So
yeah,
we'll see.
All right. Well, what are your guys' realistic expectations for the Timberwolves?
I think a low playoff seed. I mean, the West is so competitive, but I mean, the Timberwolves have to at least make the playoffs with Karl-Anthony Towns and Jimmy Butler on their team.
Yeah, expectations have to be the playoffs, but for me, I see them fighting for a playoff spot again. I see the Nuggets jumping them, but the Spurs should jump out while the Lakers jump in. Then there's other surprise teams like, I don't know, the Mavericks, but I mean, a lot of people are high on the Mavericks, but I mean, you never know about surprise teams. I'm not saying the Mavericks are going to be in it. I got a look from Jason right there. I'm not saying the Mavericks are going to be in the playoffs, but I'm saying there's teams like that. Yeah.
But no, I mean,
they fought for a playoff spot last year, and I don't see them getting better.
Off on like a tangent-ish, but the same thing with the NFL. The NFC is the West. Those teams, like the Mavericks, and even the Suns, I think the Suns are going to be better than people expect. Both of those teams, they might be able to be better than people expect, but they have no chance of making the playoffs because you look at how deep the West is. And like in the NFL, like I talk about, like the Bears, the Redskins, the Cowboys even, those teams, they have no shot at the playoffs because they're just so good. And that's where I go into this. I want to say they should make the playoffs, but I'm not sure if they do if they keep the same team. If Andrew Wiggins and Cat do not get better at defense, I would take... I mean, go back to the standings now. I take the Nuggets over them. I think all of us take the Nuggets over them. And I would take the Lakers. Now they're the 10 seed if nothing else changes.
I think the Spurs drop out.
Dylan doesn't. Dylan likes the Spurs. We talked about this a little bit. Dylan said he could see them in the top 4 seeds still.
Yeah, I mean they played.
I disagreed, but I'm just
I said no. I did not say that they would be a top 4 seed.
I said you could see them as
it's a possibility.
That's what I said.
No, you said C. Like I think the Spurs are our top 4 seed. But
it's whatever.
I think they definitely could still. I mean, that's a team that won 48 games a year ago without DeMar DeRozan on their team. Now they add DeMar DeRozan, and Kawhi didn't play, but 9 games or something last season. So I think it's a possibility.
All in all, the Mavericks I don't think can be a playoff team just because of how deep the West is. The Timberwolves, I'm worried about. I think if they make the playoffs, though, like, if I'm a Timberwolves fan, I want them to get out of the first round. Like, I don't think last year's exit was acceptable. Like, this team's been highly touted for so long. Yes, they got matched up with the Rockets. That sucks, but win a playoff series. I mean, that, for me, if they win a playoff series, it justifies keeping Cat and Andrew Wiggins and Tom Thibodeau if they win a playoff series. But if not, I think you have to blow it up. If not, before they even get there. I think they should do it before the season, or before the trade deadline, but that's me. Any last thoughts on the Timberwolves, Dylan, Dan?
Nope.
I don't think so.
I think we got it covered today.
Yeah, I mean, it's all gonna. They're really reloading. They're doing what they've been doing. They added Josh Okogie and Keita Bates-Diop. We didn't really talk about that. Do you guys have any quick thoughts on those two, Okogie or Keita Bates-Diop? Like them, hate them,
Yeah.
Didn't
they get Diop at 50 or something?
In the second round, late second round.
Yeah, good value there.
You think he'll be good?
I think for the value, he's a better.
What do you see his ceiling?
Not
role
really,
player,
not really high. Definitely role player,
okay.
But
Dan, any thoughts?
I mean, not talking about that, but just another thing is the whole NBA is just in a weird spot right now because the Warriors, that they're going to win the title unless the Rockets do or...
No, the Rockets, I think, are the 3rd or 4th best team now.
No, but I'm just saying the Warriors are on top, and you look at a team like the Timberwolves, in another sport, like baseball, it's all open.
Yeah, put the Timberwolves in the MLB. That's what I'm hearing.
That's not what I'm saying.
Put the Timberwolves in the MLB.
But the NBA, it's all top-heavy, and the Timberwolves, the Nuggets are in a great spot because they're rebuilding, but
they're young. I know.
Exactly, they're young, and they're still...
They're not really rebuilding.
Okay,
I know what you're saying. I mean, their best player's 23.
Right, that's what I mean. Yeah. They're young, and they're going to be good once the Warriors are gone.
And that's
Timberwolves, you've got to...
That's what we said about the Celtics with the Cavs. As soon as LeBron's done, Celtics are building perfectly.
Right.
Yeah. I agree. I'm not disagreeing at all. I was just rebuilding is a strong word for a night.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really worry about this team, and I'm sure Timberwolves fans are going to be all up in our mentions about how you don't understand how good Cat is. You don't understand Andrew Wiggins isn't that bad, but look at the dude's contract. He's not worth it. I don't know. Do you guys think they have to make a trade? Last thought.
I say you let at least the first half of the season play out. If it's going real bad, trade deadline.
What's real bad?
Under 500, more than 5 games out of the playoffs, something like that.
That's fair.
Yeah, I agree.
Cool.
I agree with that.
That's going to wrap up today's episode. Before I end this, I want to talk about Scooch, best phone case on the market. We all have them. I'm going to change that percent from 10 to 15% off. Sports with a Z. 18 is the code. Sports18 on ScoochCase.com. If you comment and subscribe below, you will be entered for a free Scooch case. Make sure you do that. We just gave away the one for July. August is a new month. Go get on that. Thank you for listening, and we will be back with more of NBA, college football, NFL, and fantasy football throughout the next couple of days.